2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Left side, Cook. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. On 2nd and 7. Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. I love those plays. 4th and 1, that's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
From midfield, here's Allen. Pass incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. To the air, Allen. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Now Allen. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the first down sack. Allen, and that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there with with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
Okay, break. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Mustang 19. 19, Tiger. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
They're going to look to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Now the try here for the extra point. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Cowboy 80. Buffalo 18. 79 Broncos.
He'll look to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll try and throw for it here. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll work this down inside the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Only needing 2 yards on second down.
60 left.
They'll look to throw again. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Back got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Back to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. So the drive will continue. After the conversion on 4th, they'll work from the 20 on first down.
60 Bobcats.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Patriots are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Here's Jones. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Patriots take over.
At their own 42-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, check that. Street.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey! Unlock line!
They'll run again with Harris. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. They hand this off to Harris. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Getting the ball is Cook, running left. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Third down, here's a... Oh, he's hit, he lost the football, put it on the carpet, and the Patriots have it. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 4.
Second and 6. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll try the middle with Cook. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And a short gain down to about the 33. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Allen going to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Marcus Jones going to elect to bring this one out.
Marcus Jones on the return. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Let's take it inside his own 40. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the 3rd quarter is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Biggie, honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadidi. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These know ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad. Stop it, cause it ain't no act in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Ain't biting my tongue. I can't be no goofy, no victim to none of my enemies. Like honestly, be sending me talk from a sit that'll be when I get to me. My check don't discriminate. Still take deposits if you talking Vietnamese. I just be having my way. Only care about what the pay till I say. Urge you wanna be. Don't got a whip and rag on no petty. Lips I talk with that on your hip. If you ain't gon' rip it up, pop it. Empty the like show me a benefit. Let me dumb it down, Benjamin. When you be not equivalent. Really bad, looking so innocent. Bossy predicament. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadidi. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These know ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad. Stop it, cause it ain't no act in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Call me Hillary, stay at the bank. Making moves like I'm hiding in shank. I'm low key, but I pop out in blank. It's bun on my knife, I'm trying to look. They do not cover me. Fake, I can't keep no company. Only the real respect my honest. So watch how you coming if you're under me. I'm with it and Rex involved. I they text and calls. Run me that, making no sense at all.
PA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Two 1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in week 4.
Very short kick taken right at the 20.
And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They start the drive with Cook to about the 33-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Room here to run.
Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Right there.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Patriots at 1-2 through the first. Of the season, and they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling him back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And some space here. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
18, right in. 18, Rattler. 18, Rattler.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. On play action, they'll throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Allen. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On the give, this is Harris. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 65 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Now here's another carry for Harris.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Trap 50.
They'll drop to throw. On the move to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
Point after try forthcoming. and it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
They'll try the wide side with Cook. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
(10-7) our score after one right here on EA Sports.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here's Cook again. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too. Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Allen's throw is complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. To throw, it's Allen. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Bills first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Allen. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Left side, Cook. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will knot us up at 10. So it was 4th and 1 down in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little surprised that that's how they decided to play it, that they didn't go for it there. But sometimes just take those 3 points and put them in your pocket. I just have one question for you, partner.
Okay.
Hip pocket or back pocket?
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Warriors, 17.
They'll set up a throw. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game, because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
To the air, Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Right where this setup down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Allen from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first two possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And they will take over first and 10.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 9 now. And he rifles one incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Three. Hurry.
Now back to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. They pitch it out to Cook. They find some open field here. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, as the first half is winding down. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10.
This score, Bills 17, Patriots 10.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go now.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise,
he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah,
and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
First down, and they go back to Harris.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 115 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run again with Harris. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Cowboy 80.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Seven Pirates.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are an extra point away from drawing level.
So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy.
There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Back to throw now on first down. Hunter Henry brings it in.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked by Julian Love. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 41. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A good pickup there. 26 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Cook running right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They run again on first down. Cook. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down. And his kick here is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception. So we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes the pick, and the Bills are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Great start to the second quarter, better than 30 yards.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Now Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Take it in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
He's brought down to the 20-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On second down, Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their third.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Rolling to his left. And that is incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And his kick is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions. I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Cook up the gut. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And his kick is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Von Miller, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Buffalo, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose.